Go!
That is like the venom virus.
Oh no no! Watch out! Watch out! Watch out!
A man notices something unusual on a rock by the water near his campsite.
What is that? That is like the venom virus. That spews out like venom virus.
That spews out.
Yeah. Oh my god.
It was a jelly-like substance, seemingly composed of vein-like strands that slowly shifted and pulsed, almost as if it were breathing. The man turned to the internet for answers, hoping someone might recognize it, but so far, information has been hard to come by. On a clear January morning in the foothills of northeast Provo, a group of men noticed a strange figure on a nearby mountain, something they had never seen before.
Seriously, look how big it is. I don't think it is a human. I think it's a Sasquatch.
One of them, Austin, felt it was too unusual to ignore.
You can't just see something that's maybe a once-in-a-century discovery and go do your 9-to-5 job. You gotta go look for fur or footprints or some kind of evidence.
Instead of heading to work, he and a friend went up the mountain to search for clues, hoping to find fur, footprints, or any sign of what it might be.
So I'm seeing something that is not deer tracks anymore. We're trying to determine what it is.
Was it a bear? Maybe, that's plausible. Was it a person? Also plausible. Was it something else? I think that's also plausible, who knows?
They did find tracks, which didn't seem like deer prints. It could have been a bear, a person, or maybe something else. They weren't sure. However, when a curator from the Natural History Museum of Utah reviewed the video, he dismissed the idea of it being Bigfoot.
What's the likelihood that there are big animals that have gone undetected by scientists and by trained observers?
He explained that based on years of scientific exploration, it's very unlikely that a creature like Bigfoot exists, especially in populated areas.
There are lots of undiscovered things, particularly in the natural world. But they don't take the form of giant apes running around in largely settled areas of the world.
I'm really hoping I get to go look again. Maybe there's something out there to find right here in Utah, even in Provo.
Despite the skepticism, Austin remains hopeful and says he'd love to go back and keep looking, just in case there is something mysterious in the mountains of Provo. This strange incident took place in Hochatown, Oklahoma. While checking on his cabins, a reporter stumbled upon an unsettling scene. Several women wearing headsets, moving in a trance-like state, as if under some kind of mind control. Their movements appeared meditative, but at times, the women would suddenly freeze, standing completely still. Things grew even more disturbing when some of them assumed bizarre positions, lying face down on gravel, facing trees, or with their legs bent unnaturally backward. This eerie display raises serious questions. Was it a form of experimental meditation, an organized performance, or something else entirely? What do you think is going on here? A deer shocked a group of hunters who believed they had taken it down. It was bleeding, lying still, and appeared dead. But just as they approached to take pictures and retrieve it, the deer suddenly jumped up and ran off. The surprise raised questions. Was the deer faking its death to avoid danger, reacting from shock, or did it manage a last burst of strength to escape? A trail camera deep in the forest captured something chilling. At first, the footage simply shows a deer until it suddenly panics, kicking wildly as if under attack. But when the owner reviewed the video, nothing seemed out of place at first. On closer inspection, a faint, pale shape can be seen gliding across the left side of the screen. Some viewers believe it's a ghost, pointing out that animals are known to sense things humans can't. Skeptics argue it could just be a spider web near the lens. But then, how do you explain the deer's terrified reaction? Just a coincidence? Or did it witness something we never will? The trail camera initially captured what looked like a normal scene, but when examined more closely, a few tiny dots on the left side of the screen turned out to be eyes attached to a bizarrely shaped head. The head doesn't match any known human or animal, and its unusual appearance has led some to suspect it might be extraterrestrial. Since the footage doesn't seem to be altered in any way, it leaves viewers puzzled about the creature's identity and how to explain its existence. The ocean has always been full of mysteries, and a strange creature that washed up in Yemen only adds to the list. At first, its massive size makes it look like a whale, but a closer look shows it doesn't match typical whale features. Some speculate it could be a giant squid, a creature often surrounded by myth, but even that theory falls short. The truth is, we still know very little about what lives in the ocean's depths, and finds like this remind us just how much remains unexplored. Every night, a family kept hearing eerie noises that left them increasingly disturbed. To find out what was behind it, they decided to install a camera. What they discovered in the footage was truly horrifying. A disturbing humanoid shape was seen gliding silently through the darkness, sending shivers down their spines. Who or what could have been lurking around their property? A surprising video captures a sea turtle displaying incredible agility. Turtles are usually seen as slow and quiet creatures, often assumed to live a dull life, but this clip challenges that idea. It shows a sea turtle jumping out of the water and doing acrobatic moves before diving back in. The person watching is amazed and even jokes that not even a dolphin could do that, calling the turtle a secret sea ninja hiding behind its calm look. A bizarre creature found in Indonesia that resembles a snake, but with a strange feature. It seems to be covered in fur. It has the usual snake traits like a forked tongue and the way it moves, but the furry appearance sets it apart. Some people think it might be a newly discovered species, while others believe the fur could just be algae growing on its body. The footage has left many curious and puzzled. A tiny creature resembling a cross between a monkey and a rat has caught attention. While it could easily be mistaken for a monkey at first glance, its distinct and unusual features suggest it's something entirely different. Even specialists haven't been able to identify it with certainty. This has sparked speculation. Could it be a previously undiscovered species? Or perhaps an example of convergent evolution, where unrelated animals evolve similar traits due to living in comparable environments? While taking a break from his hike, a man was sitting on a hill deep in the woods when he suddenly found himself face to face with this unsettling sight.
This is way too close. Holy. Oh yeah.
At first, the man appeared to enjoy the encounter, but as the bobcat drew nearer, he started to feel uneasy, especially since he was sitting down and more exposed. Normally, bobcats steer clear of humans, but when they feel threatened, they can become aggressive and dangerous. Fortunately, this one seemed just as nervous and eventually walked away, leaving the man unharmed. This creepy skeleton was found on a beach. It looked like it had the top half of a human and the bottom half of a fish. The skull had horn-like shapes around it, almost like a crown, and there were big yellow teeth still in its jaw. It's definitely strange. Could it be some kind of sea creature that washed up? Maybe a mythical being? Or was it just something someone made to scare or surprise people? No one really knows yet. A homeowner had been plagued by an eerie, unsettling feeling every night after the household had gone to sleep. Despite thoroughly checking the house and installing cameras, nothing unusual ever appeared, yet the feeling wouldn't go away. So, they tried a different tactic. The entire family left the house for the night and set up cameras once more, hoping to catch whatever might be behind the disturbing sensation. When they reviewed the footage, what they saw was chilling. Outside one of the windows stood a grotesque creature with unnaturally deep red skin and glowing eyes. Its razor-sharp teeth were visible as it pressed its face against the glass, silently watching the house. It didn't try to enter or make a sound, but its mere presence was enough to strike fear into anyone. The homeowner was horrified by what the footage revealed. What was this thing? A living nightmare? Something paranormal? A YouTuber named Dee's Dark Adventures recently posted a strange video sent in by a viewer. According to Dee, an elderly man had filmed two unexplained figures on his neighbor's remote property about 3 years ago. Now, while exploring the same area, his grandson claims to have seen something similar. The new footage shows a dark, human-like figure crouched in the bushes. As the man approaches, the figure suddenly stands and takes off into the trees. Some believe it could be a cryptid, while others think it might just be a trespasser caught at an odd moment. But what makes it truly strange is that the figure appears as a completely black silhouette with no clear features. If it was just a person, why were they fully dressed in black and hiding deep in the woods? Someone heard a chilling growl deep in a remote part of the forest in Ontario, Canada. Given how isolated the location was, it likely wasn't from any known animal. The people who captured the sound believe it could be the legendary Bigfoot. We'll probably never know for sure though, since the person recording wisely chose not to investigate further. And honestly, that was probably the right call. This video was filmed in a park that doesn't have any apes, so the person recording was stunned when a strange creature suddenly appeared. After carefully reviewing the footage, they became convinced it was Bigfoot. The creature's size, shape, and the way it moved all matched what people usually describe when talking about Bigfoot. The recorder doesn't believe it was just someone in a costume. The ocean remains one of Earth's largest and least explored areas, filled with unknown creatures and countless theories. Among the most well-known mythical beings said to inhabit the sea are mermaids, creatures with human upper bodies and fish-like lower halves. In Puerto Rico, these beings, known as sirenas in Spanish, have long been part of local legends passed down through generations. In one piece of footage, a group of fishermen had a strange encounter. While out on the water, they noticed a blue glow near their boat. The light followed them for some time before revealing the outline of a humanoid figure beneath the surface. Though the sighting differed from typical mermaid accounts, many believe it was genuine. Some even think it could have been extraterrestrial. While hiking through the woods, a family suddenly froze as an eerie sound echoed around them, stopping them in their tracks. They heard a deep, unsettling growl that made them stop and look around, but they couldn't see anything. Could it have been a bear? Possibly, but there were no tracks or any other signs. Some believe these woods might be home to more than just ordinary wildlife, perhaps something far more mysterious, like Bigfoot. Two friends allegedly vanished in Poland, and during the police investigation, their camera was reportedly found discarded in a park trash bin. What was captured on the footage was deeply unsettling.
Kaj je to? Prav. Ček, to je to ono opet?
To je likve piše.
Dobro, daj ju. Nemam pojma, daj ga šutni, jen znaš. Daj ga šutni.
Neću se. Mislim da je pijan, znaš.
Okej, mislim da idemo. Ajmo je dalje, ajmo.
Si mu vidio facu?
Pa naravno da se vidio facu, vidiš.
Nisam skužio, čekaj kaj je.
The footage shows the two friends casually recording themselves at night in the park. One of them is joking around when a mysterious figure appears in the background, hunched over, with its face hidden by a cloth. Initially, the friends don't seem too concerned, possibly thinking it's just a drunk person or someone messing around. But as the figure gradually approaches, things take a disturbing turn. Some speculate that this footage might contain vital clues about what happened to them, if the story is real. Can you figure out which creature is making these terrifying, blood-curdling sounds? If you can identify it, head to the comments and let us know. The homeowner had been feeling like he was being watched for several days. This eerie feeling wouldn't go away and made everything feel off. The cause seemed to be a pair of glowing eyes staring at him from the darkness whenever he looked around. While it could just be a common night animal, like a coyote or something else living in the woods, there's a darker feeling to it, like it might be something more mysterious. Could it be a mythical creature like a dogman or a rake hiding in the shadows? What do you think? A trail camera was set up near someone's camp to capture images of local wildlife, but what it recorded was far more disturbing. Instead of animals, it caught footage of a man with a glowing aura who appeared to walk through the area and then vanish without a trace. A dog was also seen in the clip, and its reaction stood out. It didn't bark or show aggression, just looked confused. This unusual behavior hints that the dog may have seen something it couldn't smell, which is rare for an animal with such a keen sense of smell. This eerie footage has been around online for quite some time, yet it still leaves viewers puzzled. It shows a tall, dark figure peering at the camera from behind some trees. What's unsettling is how it seems aware of the trail cam, as if it knows it's being watched and is deciding what to do next. At first, it might look like an ape, but its movements suggest otherwise. Could it be a cryptid? Maybe even a Bigfoot? It's hard to say for sure with such a short clip, but the mystery remains. In a secluded part of the wilderness, someone managed to record something deeply unsettling. Despite the grainy quality, the footage shows a tall, thin figure draped in what looks like a robe, with a head shape that didn't appear human. Its movements were eerie and unnatural, unlike anything you'd expect from a living being. So, what exactly did they capture that day? While exploring an abandoned building, an adventurer's trip took a terrifying turn when a strange creature crawled in through an open window. It was a pale humanoid figure with large dark eyes, a slender body, and clawed hands. Not wanting to find out what it wanted, the explorer quickly fled the scene. A passenger on a plane spotted something strange while flying over the Asian Sea, a dark, formless object drifting through the clouds. It lingered for a moment before disappearing into thin air. Puzzled by the sight, he shared the footage online, where it quickly stirred debate. Some viewers believed it was a paranormal encounter. Others suspected it was something extraterrestrial, and some suggested it might be a rare, undocumented weather event. One night in the US, unsettling footage was recorded near a calm river. The video shows a pale, strange-looking creature crawling on all fours with unnatural movements. Even creepier, it seems to be carrying something in its mouth, as if it caught prey. While some viewers believe it could be a crawler-type creature, others think it's just a well-planned hoax. What do you believe? Was this a real encounter or just a setup? This video from South Carolina shows a blurry figure that the uploader believes is the legendary Lizard Man, an old local legend from Lee County. Years ago, people reported seeing a scaly, two-legged creature that damaged cars and allegedly attacked individuals. It caused fear in the area and became known as the Lizard Man. Despite years of searches, it vanished without a trace, until now, if this new footage is to be believed. While some think this might finally be real proof, others remain skeptical and suspect it could be a hoax. An explorer in Antarctica, guided by a metal detector, uncovered something strange buried beneath the ice. The detector led his team to a massive frozen head with realistic features, eyes, a nose, and an open mouth displaying a bright orange tongue. The find remains mysterious and unexplained, fueling further speculation and conspiracy theories about the hidden secrets of Antarctica. While hiking along a secluded trail, someone recorded something truly disturbing. A strange figure was caught on camera, either sitting or squatting in the middle of the trail. At first, it seemed human, but the more it was watched, the more unnatural it appeared. Feeling uneasy, the hiker quickly backed away, leaving behind only a short clip. So, who or what was really out there that day? A man stopped his car after hearing eerie screams, something that sounded like a mix between a wounded animal and a human voice. He started recording and caught sight of a figure moving erratically in the bushes. The noise abruptly stopped, and the figure vanished into the tall reeds. Disturbed, the man hurried back to his vehicle. When he later reviewed the footage, the figure looked more human than animal, though its arms were oddly long and its shoulders unusually broad. Perhaps it hadn't all been in his head. A strange encounter in the forest was captured on camera, showing a figure emerging from the underbrush. The person filming kept their distance while observing the creature, which closely resembled Bigfoot. Tall, with a mix of human and ape-like features. If the footage is real, it sparks questions. Why is the creature active during the day? And is it unaware of humans nearby or simply indifferent? The sighting deepens the mystery that continues to surround Bigfoot. A guy wandered off the trail at night, hoping to catch something paranormal. The farther he ventured, the heavier the air seemed to grow. Then, without warning, he spotted it. A strange figure standing motionless among the trees. It looked human, but something didn't feel right. No movement, no sound, just an unshifting stare. He quickly turned around and walked back out. Later, he posted the footage online. Some believe it's a ghost. Others say it's just clothes hanging. What do you think? Experts discovered a strange, white, slimy-looking organism floating in a swamp in Nebraska. What makes it even more unsettling is that it seems to move on its own. So far, scientists haven't figured out what it is, how it's moving, or whether it's dangerous. Could this be a new life form? Is it harmless, or something far more disturbing? This eerie video was uploaded by a hiker on TikTok, offering little to no explanation.
Ada tuyul po. Gila.
The clip shows a small, human-like figure walking near the edge of a forest, with proportions that resemble a miniature person. There's no sign of strings or obvious editing, and the footage appears authentic at first glance. Some suggest it might simply be a young child, but isn't it far too small for that? In the end, it leaves everyone wondering. While enjoying a quiet hike through the woods, a family came across something incredibly strange. Curious, they started recording. In the footage, a mysterious figure briefly appears among the tall trees, blending into the forest before disappearing. It reappears moments later, stepping into view, then vanishes again into the dense woods. Were you able to spot it before it disappeared? And what do you think it looked like? In this unsettling trail camera footage, a man is seen standing alone in the dark woods beside a tree. Suddenly, he begins moving in strange, contorted ways, leaning backward, twisting his arms awkwardly, pushing out his chest, and looking up, while letting out moans of distress. His bizarre behavior raises questions about what might be happening. Viewers wonder if he could be possessed, experiencing something supernatural, or possibly transforming into something like a skinwalker. A man was jolted awake in the middle of the night by unsettling sounds coming from his backyard. It resembled a dog barking, but the noise was oddly distorted. Feeling both curious and uneasy, he grabbed a flashlight and began recording as he stepped outside to investigate. In the distance, near the trees, a dark, motionless figure stood perfectly still. The man froze in place, then quickly shut off his flashlight and ran back inside. The video ends abruptly, leaving viewers questioning what happened next, and whether the footage is even authentic. A family in Mexico went after a strange creature that had struck their car and then fled. Intrigued and possibly believing they could capture it, they filmed the entire pursuit. At first, the creature looked like a dog, maybe even a poodle, but its unusual strength and the way it moved through the bushes suggested it was something else entirely. It's hard to believe a dog could hit a car and escape without being hurt. Ultimately, the creature disappeared into the undergrowth before they could reach it, leaving them and viewers with more questions than answers about its true nature. Kefis, a musician known for making music from unconventional sounds, especially those of animals, created a track using a viral cat sound. After being exposed to the track multiple times, a cat began to sing along, which is highly unusual behavior. The video was posted online, with the uploader suggesting that cats may have a hidden side we don't yet comprehend. A weird, dead creature was found on the shores of Piranha. It had a head like a dog, legs in the front and back, and big wings that looked like a bat's. Some people thought it might be a flying fox because of the wings, but its large size made others think it could be a sea creature no one has seen before. Still, some said it was fake and just made to get attention online. No one really knows for sure what it was. On Halloween night, someone was outside gazing up at the sky when something unusual suddenly caught their eye. They spotted a V-shaped formation of bright, blinking lights moving rapidly across the sky, much faster than any plane they'd ever seen. There was no solid shape, just star-like lights gliding silently through the night. They quickly pulled out their phone and managed to film part of it. Whatever it was, it didn't feel ordinary. Some believe it could be secret military technology, others suggest drones, but the witness is convinced they saw a UFO. A bizarre creature was captured on camera, resembling a mix between a pit bull and a human. It stands on two legs with a hunched back and has a sack-like object attached to it. The way it moves suggests it's carefully and deliberately making its way forward. While some believe it could be a product of skilled visual effects, the realistic setting and atmosphere in the footage have led others to wonder if it might be an actual unknown being that defies what we know about the natural world. This fascinating footage shows a strange sea creature. It has a squid-like shape, a single tentacle, and moves in a smooth, wavy motion. The creature was found near Cone Island, a place known for its history of strange occurrences, including reports of deformed animals and even humans in the past. With that history in mind, it's hard not to wonder if something in those waters might be causing the strange mutations seen in local sea life. If you have any thoughts or theories, feel free to share them in the comments. While driving down a forest-lined road late at night, a person's dash cam captured something shocking. Out of nowhere, a massive figure darted across the road, moving with unnatural speed. The footage has sparked debate. Some believe it's fake, others think it could be real. But if it is real, what exactly did they see? A man came across a strange figure lying on the ground late at night. Curious, he moved in for a closer look. When the figure raised its head, it was clear it wasn't human. It looked like a goblin with glowing eyes. As it stood up and noticed the person filming, the scene became even creepier. However, after reviewing the footage, many think the creature's movements and appearance suggest it was made using CGI. What do you think? This video shows a super cute wolf pup doing its best to help. It's a simple and sweet moment that's sure to make you smile. The pup's behavior is lovable and gives a glimpse of how gentle wild animals can be. This tiny furball tries to copy the howls of the older wolves, and it's just too cute to ignore. Moments like this remind us how sweet and simple nature can be. A peaceful video captures someone fishing alone in a remote green area surrounded by black rocks and flowing water. The person stands on a fallen tree, holding a stick and a red bag. Out of nowhere, a strange creature emerges from the woods and starts moving toward the fisherman, appearing curious. However, it suddenly stops and turns away before getting close. The encounter has sparked speculation. Some think it could be Bigfoot or an unidentified cryptid. What exactly happened remains a mystery. Imagine stepping outside at night and returning home to find a strange figure just a few feet from your house. At first, it looks like a stray dog standing in the dark, but as light shines on it, the truth becomes clear. It's not a dog at all. It's a humanoid figure twisted on all fours. Could it be a creature from folklore, like the rake with its eerie form, or maybe a skinwalker, known for shifting between human and animal? A creature is seen standing in a field, and at first glance, it looks like an ordinary stray dog. However, the person who filmed it believes they've captured the legendary chupacabra, a dog-like creature said to feed on livestock blood. On closer look, the animal appears quite normal, raising the question, is this just a case of mistaken identity, or has the elusive chupacabra finally been caught on camera, possibly better at blending in than we thought? This creature, seen in Montana, looks very strange and unsettling. It seems to be a mix between a wolf, a human, and a hyena. Its head looks like a wolf's, its body is shaped like a hyena's, and its front legs look somewhat human. The dark fur makes it look even more creepy and scary, leading some to call it a nightmare-like bloodhound. In paranormal communities, creatures like this are often called dogman. Some think it could be a werewolf, while others believe it might be some kind of animal mix. No matter where it came from, it looks scary enough to keep anyone from getting too close. In Turkey, a group of friends set out on an evening exploration adventure.
Hocam bu ne ya? Ana, oğlum. Hocam.
As they neared a certain cave, something between the rocks caught their eye. To their surprise, they spotted a bug-eyed, alien-like creature hiding in the shadows. The alien looked straight at the group, and they reacted right away. Scared and amazed at the same time, they quickly ran out of the cave. The strange moment stuck with them and is something they'll never forget. A trail camera caught something strange moving through the forest. At first, it looked like a man, but the way it moved didn't seem human. As the figure came out of the darkness and got closer to the camera, it became clear that it wasn't walking normally. Instead, it was oddly rocking back and forth and crawling on its knees. This strange movement made people question what it really was. The video shows a huge creature walking through the forest, standing around 7 to 8 feet tall. Seeing something like that in person would be terrifying, and that's exactly how the person filming reacted. After the clip was posted online, many in the paranormal community were quick to say it looked like Bigfoot. They didn't believe it could be a bear or an ape because of its size and the way it moved. In a spine-chilling video, a strange and powerful creature was caught on camera at Ranko Lake. A mysterious creature was filmed in Ranko Lake, a place not known for reptiles. The footage shows a large, submerged animal moving in a way that reminded viewers of a dinosaur. The person who recorded it believes it looked prehistoric, sparking speculation about whether extinct creatures could still exist. A man walking past an old mysterious wall saw a small, pale creature about 3 to 4 feet tall near an entrance. The bipedal being resembled a goblin. It briefly looked at him before quickly disappearing. The scene felt like something from a fantasy film, but the creature's smooth movements made some suspect it might be CGI. While some believe it's fake, others insist it looks real. One night after a snowfall, a man and his family discovered something unusual trapped in the ice. It looked like black vein-like patterns, reminding some of scenes from Stranger Things. The strange sight sparked curiosity and different theories. Some believed it could be the result of a lightning strike, while others thought it might be caused by a rare organism or parasite. Since no one could explain it for sure, the mystery became even more fascinating. While searching for their missing friend in the woods, 2 people had a frightening experience. They heard their friend's voice and spotted someone who looked like him in the distance. But as they approached, the figure suddenly changed shape and ran away. The encounter left them wondering, was it a shapeshifter pretending to be their friend? Could such beings exist among us? While working in the woods, a group of men recorded a video that has sparked widespread discussion. In the footage, a small creature with pointy, sideways angled ears is seen quickly running into the trees. Its tiny size and swift movements led many to wonder if it could be a goblin or gnome. The creature vanished almost instantly, leaving no clear explanation. Though the clip has been seen before, it recently resurfaced and reignited debate within the paranormal community. During a camping trip at Meek's Cabin Reservoir, some people came across what seemed to be fresh Bigfoot footprints. The tracks were clear and showed detailed toe marks. This area is known for past Bigfoot sightings. The person who posted the photo said his sister had also encountered Bigfoot there before, but the experience left her so unsettled that she chose not to talk about it. During a surprising moment in the forest, a man had climbed up a tree and saw something unexpected below. Staring up at him was a creature with glowing green eyes and black fur, and it looked almost human.
Crazy in there. Whoa. Whoa.
The strange creature, partially hidden behind tree branches, seemed aware of the man and kept peeking out to watch him. Then, things got even weirder when another being appeared. This one with a green face and large eyes. Some believe the first creature might be Bigfoot, but no one knows what the second one could be. What started as a normal day in the woods quickly turned into a mysterious and puzzling experience, leaving more questions than answers. A woman left sliced oranges on a plate, and when she came back, she noticed something hovering above the fruit. At first, she thought it was a moth or a butterfly, but it looked more like a tiny bird, smaller than any she'd seen. The creature had features resembling both insects and birds, with feathers, a long mouth like a mosquito's, moth-like antennae, and wings that moved like a hummingbird's. It left her wondering if it was a rare insect mimicking a bird or some kind of hybrid species. After returning from a hike where he had the unsettling feeling of being watched, a man noticed something outside his window late at night. A pale, still figure appeared beside a tree, seemingly watching the house. The person filming grows increasingly scared and hides, claiming that the killer is real and lurking outside. Some think it could be a spirit that has previously haunted the man. Whatever had been trailing him in the woods may have come back with him. This footage was captured by an explorer walking through the woods. Unlike most Bigfoot sightings, which usually show the creature from behind as it moves away, this one was recorded from a distance, and it seemed to realize it was being watched and filmed. Interestingly, instead of running, it chose to stay completely still, almost as if trying to blend in or make the person filming doubt what they were seeing. Have any of you ever come across Bigfoot acting like this? A man out for an evening walk captured eerie footage of a strange figure hiding in the bushes. At first, it looked like a man, but something felt off. He had a long gray beard, glowing eyes, and wore a black robe, unusual for someone out at night. When the camera pointed at him, the figure stood up briefly, then quickly crouched down as if trying to stay hidden. The encounter was silent and unsettling, leaving many to wonder who or what the figure was: a hermit, a lost person, or something supernatural. Security camera footage from Vivian Gomez's home in La Junta, Colorado, shows something unusual that she and many others believe could be an alien. At first, nothing seems out of the ordinary, but the video appears authentic, causing people to wonder what the figure was. If it were an alien, it raises bigger questions. Where did it come from? What was its purpose? And is it possible that more like it are among us without our knowledge? While venturing deep into the forest, an explorer came across a mysterious jar hidden among the roots of a tall tree. The discovery reminded him of old legends about spirits or monsters being sealed in containers to keep them from causing harm. One well-known tale is that of the genie in a bottle from Arabian folklore, a magical being trapped inside who, when released, might grant wishes or bring chaos. The explorer joked about hoping for a genie to make life easier, like getting rid of taxes or never working again. But something about this jar didn't feel right. It seemed more threatening than magical. What do you think it might be? This trail cam video shows what many believe is a type of Bigfoot living deep in the swamps of Florida. These creatures are said to be very private and can grow up to 8 feet tall. The footage, captured nearly 10 years ago, adds to the mystery around them. While snapping photos of their kids playing in the woods, one picture stood out. In the background, a strange, pale humanoid figure had appeared. The hiker hadn't seen or heard anyone nearby at the time, and the figure was missing from all the other photos taken afterward. Feeling uneasy, they quickly called the kids back and left the area. To this day, they have no explanation for what or who it might have been. While trekking through the remote backcountry of the Chilcotin on a 3-day hike, a group of hikers spotted an unusually large animal that immediately caught their attention.
Okay, I found one. Holy! I'm on the video. Holy crap! Oh my god! He's behind the trees right now. There he is. God, it's incredible. That's for sure a grizz, right?
You know what? That's moving like a wolf.
Really?
It's a wolf.
Really?
Yeah. Did you see how it stopped?
Oh yeah, it's stopped right now.
See how it's moving?
Yeah.
It's trotting.
Oh. Cool. Don't they usually move in packs? Yeah. I'm filming this whole thing. This is... Whoa. Cool. It's giant.
At first, some mistook the creature for a bear because of its massive size, but its features resembled a wolf. It stood out sharply against the landscape, making its enormous size even more striking. Unlike a bear, it moved with a lean, agile grace, and its build was far too sleek and defined. Some speculated it could be an unusually large wolf, while others wondered if it was something more mysterious, perhaps a dire wolf, or even something more unsettling, like a dogman. A group of people were walking through the woods at night when they spotted a frightening figure with glowing eyes watching them from afar. The creature seemed to be following them, adding a creepy and unsettling feeling to the situation. According to the person sharing the story, the group encountered a specter, a ghost-like or supernatural being. If that's the case, they were fortunate to make it out safely. A strange creature was caught on a trail camera walking on 2 legs in the forest. It had dog-like features, and some people think it looks like a pit bull due to its thin arms and bony shoulders. Others believe it could be something more mysterious, like a skinwalker, a shape-shifting being from Native American legends. The footage has caused a lot of discussion online, with some comparing the creature to legendary figures like dogmen or werewolves, both known for being hard to find and linked to spooky forest sightings. A home security camera recorded a chilling sight. A pale, human-like figure crawling in a disturbing, twisted position, moving on all fours in a way that didn't seem natural. The strange footage left the homeowners and viewers deeply uneasy, with many wondering what the creature could be and what it was doing there. The unanswered questions added to the creepy mystery of the incident. David was out for a walk in southern New Jersey when he spotted what he believed to be the legendary Jersey Devil flying through the air. Realizing no one would believe him without evidence, he quickly filmed the creature. The video he captured has since raised questions. Does it look convincing, and could it be the Jersey Devil? A woman was driving home late at night when her dashcam recorded a figure standing near the edge of the road. However, just seconds later, when the footage switched to her rearview camera, the figure had completely disappeared, leaving only an empty road behind. There hadn't been enough time for anyone to run or hide. It was as if the figure had vanished into thin air. The woman later shared the footage online, hoping someone could help make sense of what she saw. A trail camera recorded something eerie, an unsettling creature that doesn't look human. The figure has pale, smooth skin, deep-set eyes, long limbs, claw-like fingers, and moves in a creepy, unnatural way. Some believe this could be the Rake, a terrifying creature from urban legends. While its true origin is unknown, theories range from a science experiment gone wrong to a cursed person trapped in a horrifying form. A passenger on a plane spotted strange objects in the sky outside their window, which left them feeling uneasy. After reviewing the footage, the witness and others concluded it was likely a UFO. The odd formation and movement didn't resemble any known aircraft, leading to speculation that it could be alien in origin. This trail cam footage shows a strange creature standing in the middle of an open field. It's dressed in what looks like tattered rags, with skin that appears burnt and unsettling. Its fingers are claw-like and uneven, with one noticeably larger than the other. The true nature of the figure remains unclear. Is it real or just an elaborate hoax? A weird-looking creature was seen in the woods that looked like a deer at first, but the more you look at it, the more off and creepy it seems. The person who filmed it thought it might be a sick or deformed animal. Others think it could be something supernatural. Some people believe it's just a fake deer used by hunters to bring in real ones. What do you think? One night, an adventurer exploring an empty house had a chilling encounter with something strange. In the darkness, a large, shadowy figure appeared, standing still like a guard. Its glowing eyes shone through the night, adding to its eerie presence. The mysterious figure sparked speculation, with some suggesting it could be the legendary Bigfoot. In a U.S. forest, a camera captures tree outlines and a mysterious creature moving along a trail. At first, it seems like just another animal, until its running pattern stands out. The creature runs on two legs like a human and resembles an ape, possibly from the gorilla family, but its movement is different from a typical gorilla. Despite having a large belly, the way it moves strongly suggests one thing: Bigfoot. A group of friends headed into the forest to set off fireworks, but the fun quickly turned into fear after they heard a strange, creepy sound. As they attempted to leave, something suddenly appeared and attacked them. You can hear the panic in their voices, making it clear how frightening the experience was.
Go! No! Run! Run!
What the hell? What the?
Fortunately, the group managed to escape with only minor injuries. A trail camera in Sydney's Royal National Park recorded unusual footage that sparked interest among paranormal enthusiasts. The clip showed a bizarre figure that some thought looked alien or from another dimension. Even stranger, it seemed to be riding what looked like a boar. While many dismissed the video as fake, a second, clearer clip later surfaced, showing a similar creature, causing some to rethink whether the sighting might be real. A huge, strange flying creature was seen in the sky. It didn't look like a normal bird. Its wings were webbed, it had a long beak, and its size was impressive even from far away. While seeing something like that in real life might sound exciting, this one felt more scary than cool, not the kind of thing you'd want to get close to. In a bold experiment, a woman intentionally disturbed a nest of Asian giant hornets, commonly known as murder hornets, in order to observe and study their behavior. Wearing full-body protective gear, she cautiously approached the humming nest. Within moments, the hornets swarmed her, known for their intensely painful stings, often compared to being pierced by hot metal. These insects can sting repeatedly. In rare cases, multiple stings can be fatal due to allergic reactions or the sheer amount of venom. Fortunately, her suit held up, and she was able to complete the experiment without injury. In 2017, a group of teens in Argentina were walking through the woods at night when they started to feel like something was watching them. That feeling turned out to be real. They caught a photo of a strange creature that seemed to be following them. Thankfully, they were close to town and managed to get away safely. They met some police officers who tried to chase the creature, but it disappeared. If someone suddenly loses consciousness, knowing how to respond is vital. In this video, a man is found unconscious on a trail, unresponsive despite a woman's efforts to wake him. When shaking him doesn't work, she applies an acupuncture technique called GV26, pressing a point between his nose and upper lip. Within seconds, he regains consciousness. GV26, used in traditional Chinese medicine, is known for reviving fainted individuals by stimulating energy flow. While it's not a replacement for medical care, it's a centuries-old method that could help in emergencies. Security footage shows a black creature with white stripes walking past a house. Suddenly, it transforms into a man wearing a black shirt and pants. The transformation is clear, and the clip ends shortly after. This strange event raises the question, is it real evidence of a shapeshifter or just edited footage? A man recorded footage showing two containers. One originally had a fish, and the other had a fish and a snail. Later, he noticed the fish and snail were gone, replaced by tiny, unknown swimming creatures. He claims he only added tap water and suspects the creatures came from it, possibly consuming the others. This raised concerns about the local water supply. However, viewers pointed out that the creatures look like shrimp and likely came from something he previously introduced. Some accused him of lying for attention. The incident remains debated. A trail camera captured a funny moment between a skunk and an opossum fighting over food at a feeder. The opossum arrived first and began eating, but the skunk, a regular visitor, showed up and wanted a share. Things got tense as the opossum bit the skunk twice on the backside. Surprisingly, the skunk didn't spray, likely because skunks avoid spraying near food, so they don't ruin it for themselves. The opossum may have known this and kept standing its ground. The video gives a rare and amusing glimpse into how wild animals argue over a meal. A terrifying encounter was caught on camera when a daring passerby decided to investigate strange noises coming from deep within the woods. Armed with a flashlight and camera, they cautiously approached the eerie sounds, which grew more disturbing with each step. Suddenly, behind a tree, they spotted a pale, almost human-like creature crouched on all fours. Overwhelmed with fear, the person immediately ran, leaving behind only a brief glimpse of the mysterious being. In a bizarre and confusing incident, a woman captured video of bees suddenly dropping from the sky and landing on the ground.
All of these are bumblebees. And it's like they're falling out the sky. I literally looked up and then there was one falling out the sky. I don't see any more, but...
To figure out the cause of this strange event, several factors can be considered. One possibility is that the bees were exposed to pesticides or chemicals in the environment, which may have caused confusion or even death. Another potential reason could be unusual weather conditions like extreme heat, cold, or sudden shifts in air pressure. A group of oddly white turkeys was seen in the woods. Their pale look might make some people think of ghosts or something supernatural. The person who saw them felt startled and a little scared at first. But scientists believe there's a simple reason. These birds likely have a rare condition called leucism, which causes them to lose color in their feathers. Even though that explanation makes sense, the sight still feels strange and makes you wonder. While on the job, a group of construction workers saw something bizarre and recorded it. It looked like a small piece of cloud falling from the sky. As we know, clouds don't typically drop like that. Yet this one did. The workers hurried over to examine the soft, misty shape that had landed nearby. I wish we could have heard their thoughts on whether it was an actual cloud or something entirely different, but unfortunately, their reactions were never made public. A strange, transparent figure was briefly seen on camera. Some people think it might be a real ghost, while others believe it's just a hoax or visual trick. But what do you think? A homeowner heard a noise coming from his backyard and went to investigate. What he found was unusual, a goat-like creature standing on top of a wooden chair. As the homeowner moved closer, the creature lifted its long neck in a stiff, unnatural way, almost like a machine. Its strange and deliberate movement startled the homeowner, causing him to quickly back away. What was this eerie, goat-like being? A misidentified animal, or something far more mysterious lurking in the shadows? A trail camera recorded a bizarre creature with a thick, furry body and a ram-like head. The person who shared the footage estimates it to be around 9 feet tall, based on its height relative to surrounding trees. Although it resembles Bigfoot, its distinct horns and snout make it stand out. The sighting has raised concern and curiosity, leading some to question why such creatures are showing up now and whether something more unsettling might be happening. Take a look at the clouds. There's a brief beam of light moving across the sky. Is it just sunlight refracting through the atmosphere? Or could it be something more mysterious, maybe even alien? A trail camera set up in a field to monitor nighttime wildlife ended up capturing something unexpected. In the footage, a faint, ghostly figure appears in the dark, looking like a woman in a white dress. While it's hard to make out the details of her clothing, her intense stare straight at the camera is unmistakable and unsettling. It makes you wonder, is she angry because something happened to her in those woods? Could she be a spirit still tied to the place? Or just upset by someone invading what she sees as her space? A wild boar was caught on camera, seemingly inspecting a trail camera. It used its snout to press a few buttons and then appeared to either check its reflection or ensure the camera captured it well. While it might just be curious behavior, some jokingly suggest pigs are smarter than they let on, maybe even secretly running things behind the scenes. A trail camera recorded a shocking image of a deer with what looks like a bloody face, leaving people puzzled about what caused it. Some think the deer might have been injured during a fight with another deer, possibly by getting stabbed with antlers. But some experts believe it might not be blood at all. Instead, they suggest it could be the deer's velvet peeling off its antlers, which can look pretty intense. So, was it a real injury or just a normal part of the deer's growth? What's your take? A strange figure was caught on camera near a tree stump. As a coyote walked by, something that looked like part of a human body showed up and disappeared a few times, like it was blinking in and out. It looked almost like a glitch on the screen. There was no one else around, which made it even weirder. The person who recorded it wondered if it could be a ghost trying to appear but having trouble, or maybe it was using the blinking to send a message like Morse code. The video doesn't explain much, and people are left wondering what it was. A trail camera caught what looks like Bigfoot. The creature is tall, furry, strong, and walks on 2 legs, just like typical Bigfoot reports. Sightings like this are becoming more common, and many are starting to question if Bigfoot might be real. The creature's feet appear much bigger than a human's, suggesting it's very powerful. Now people are debating whether this image is real or fake. A trail cam caught a strange scene in a forest with bare trees and leaves on the ground. 2 dolls were tightly tied to the same tree, almost like they were being restrained. It's unclear why they were placed that way, but some think it could be part of a ritual or something done by a cult. Whatever the reason, it's creepy. Someone walking through the woods at night spotted a pair of glowing red eyes in the darkness. Instead of running away, they pulled out their camera and started filming. In the video, you can see a dark figure crawling on all 4s. It has a human-like shape and those eerie red eyes. If the video is real, then the person filming had a dangerously close encounter and was lucky to make it out safely. The video shows a quiet yard outside a yellow house. Everything looks normal at first. Then, a large shadow appears, seen clearly because of the yard lights. An alarm goes off, and the figure stops for a second, then keeps moving. It looks huge with long arms and a slight hunch. Even though it's big, it moves quietly. Some people think it might be Bigfoot. A trail camera captured a mysterious and unsettling creature that left both the camera's owner and viewers completely confused. At first glance, someone might think it's a stick bug, but its size and the reaction of a nearby coyote, which quickly runs away, prove otherwise. The strange being doesn't match any known animal or even mythical creature. After days of research, the owner couldn't find any explanation. This raised even more questions. Is this an entirely new type of otherworldly creature? This video shows a parking lot at night with several cars parked, but then something unusual happens. Something walks by. It appears to be either an invisible person or some kind of entity. Opinions about it are split, with some leaning toward a mystical explanation and others thinking it might be something more practical. The big question remains: who or what is this mysterious figure? Could it be a ghost gliding through the night or just someone sneaking by in a clever disguise? Juan Gonzalez, who calls himself a paranormal expert, claims he's taken multiple photos of Bigfoot. One of his most talked about pictures shows a large, furry, human-shaped figure walking on two legs, carrying a pig on its shoulder. He says most of his photos were taken near Avocado Lake, but many people doubt his claims since the images are often blurry, making it hard to tell what they really show. Some think he might just be trying to get attention. In the middle of the day, something unusual was seen in a field in the UK.
What the hell is it? What the hell?
At first, it appeared to be a creature on all fours, but then it moved. A closer look revealed it wasn't an animal at all. It was a man crawling and lying in the grass. What he was doing there is still a mystery. Was he bird watching, or was something more unusual happening? The field was designated for horses, and the man clearly didn't belong there. A woman exploring the woods came across something strange, a moss-covered shape that looked exactly like a gnome. Curious, she went in for a closer look. That's when things got creepy. She claimed the moss figure moved and even looked at her. Unfortunately, the movement wasn't captured on video, leaving viewers wanting more and wondering, was it just moss or something else entirely? A trail cam captured a strange figure deep in the forest. It has pale skin, dark eyes, long black hair, and wears an oversized dress. Its still posture and direct stare into the camera make the image unsettling. The eerie presence of this figure leaves many questions. Who or what is it? Why was it in the woods? And could there be more like it hidden out there? A trail camera captured an unusual and rare scene. Two mysterious, Bigfoot-like figures instead of just one. One stands tall with dark fur, nearly reaching the height of the trees, while the other, with brown fur, appears to be crouching or kneeling. Their interaction is unclear, leaving people to wonder if they're communicating, observing something, or simply passing by each other. This unique image adds more questions to the ongoing mystery of these elusive creatures. A trail camera caught footage of a strange, dark, ape-like creature. At first glance, it might look like a gorilla, but a closer look shows that its body doesn't match what we'd expect from any known primate. Its arms and legs are unusually long, its shoulders are hunched, and most noticeably, it walks upright on two legs, more like a human than an ape. Some people think it could be a young Bigfoot or a creature related to Bigfoot. Another image, showing a very similar figure, raises even more questions. It also stands upright and looks a lot like the first creature, but with slight differences. Some believe this confirms a Bigfoot sighting, while others wonder if it's just a well-done prank or someone in a costume. So what do you think? Are these real creatures or just a clever hoax? In the US, a woman snapped a photo while walking near a swamp at night, and what she captured was shocking. The image appeared to show a skunk ape, a creature often mistaken for Bigfoot. Encounters with skunk apes are very rare, and clear photos of them are even more uncommon. If that's the case, it means these creatures are either excellent at staying hidden, or the woman had an incredibly close call and was lucky to leave safely. A group of men had a terrifying experience in the woods at night. While it's unclear why they were there, their encounter quickly turned into a nightmare. As they moved through the darkness, they noticed a pair of glowing red eyes watching them from a distance. Panicked, they ran and eventually found a body of water, forcing them to escape by boat. One person had to jump from a ledge and swim to safety, but the creature with red eyes followed them into the water and continued chasing them, even after they reached their car. Brief flashes of light revealed a pale, humanoid figure moving quickly on all fours. Some believe the creature might be a skinwalker, a shape-shifting entity from folklore, but the glowing eyes add an eerie element that raises doubts about its true identity. Whoever the men were, it's clear the experience shook them deeply and likely ensured they'd never return to those woods again. Wolves are natural-born hunters, even when fishing. They often include fish in their diet and don't need any tools to catch them, just sharp focus, quick movements, and powerful jaws. Trail camera footage shows how they rely on instinct and skill to snatch fish from the water. Nature has perfectly equipped them to thrive on their own. For centuries, people have told stories about ghosts, spirits with unfinished business. In this security camera footage, a person is seen walking at night with a flashlight, but just after they pass, a second figure appears, faint, shadowy, and ghost-like. Within seconds, it disappears. Some think it could be edited, but others believe it looks real. So, was it a ghost or something else trying to appear in our world? A man was out walking in the woods when he suddenly heard strange and frightening noises, nothing like the usual forest sounds. Realizing he could be in danger, he became extra alert. Then everything went completely silent, which made him even more nervous. Out of nowhere, a strange creature appeared at a distance. It had a lion-like face and a tall, hairy body that looked part human and part ape. Luckily, it didn't chase or attack him, just seemed to want to scare him. The man took a photo and sent it in for experts to examine, but even after days of research, no one could figure out what the creature was. After a strong earthquake shook parts of Myanmar, a woman went on a hike to inspect the area. While passing a stream, she noticed something odd, partially submerged in the water. At first, it looked human-like. Some believe it may have been a sea creature disturbed by the quake, while others think it was just a statue or even a mannequin that had been buried in the mud for years. Regardless of what it was, the sight left many feeling uneasy. Young wolf pups may look aggressive when they play fight and growl, but they aren't trying to harm each other. This playful behavior is a natural part of growing up and helps them learn key survival skills they'll use as adult hunters. A strange video shows a massive, rectangular-shaped craft moving across the sky in Russia. The strange object seen in the video has sparked intense discussion in alien and paranormal circles. While some believe it's a classified Russian project, others are certain it's an alien craft. With no solid explanation, the mystery remains, and the debate goes on. While staying at a secluded cabin deep in the woods, a family had a chilling experience when a huge creature looked through their window. Only part of its face was visible, but it had traits often linked to Bigfoot: hairy skin, a human-like nose and eyes, and an ape-like face. The creature's stare was intense and unsettling. Some believe it was the real Bigfoot, while others think it might have been someone faking the encounter. While exploring a remote mountain area, a hiker discovered something strange: a massive stone formation resembling a head, jutting out from a cave high up on the mountainside. At first, it looked like a sculpted statue, but given the rugged, hard-to-reach location, it was unclear who could have created it or why. This is where the petrification theory comes in. Some believe that such giant stone faces found around the world weren't carved, but were once living beings, possibly giants, that turn to stone over time due to natural mineral exposure. It may seem unlikely, but many enormous ancient structures still lack a solid explanation. This strange security footage from Kentucky shows an odd figure walking down the street. The figure looks like a cloud of white smoke shaped like a human. It moves weirdly, bending down to its waist and resting its arms on its knees, as if it's watching or waiting for something. No one knows for sure what it is, and people have come up with all kinds of theories. While the jokes are funny, the footage still leaves unanswered questions. What is it? Why was it there? And is it even real? A trail camera captured two bizarre creatures that resemble rabbits, but have human-like bodies and wear thick clothes, suggesting they may live in a cold place. One appears to have a wooden or branch-like prosthetic arm. The footage was submitted by a viewer who didn't want to reveal the location, claiming her family has known about these humanoid rabbit beings for years, but kept it secret. She shared the image just to show others the strange mysteries that might exist in the world. A recent sighting in Minnesota has drawn interest and raised questions. Witnesses reported seeing a small creature that looked somewhat like a young Bigfoot, but had noticeable differences. It was about 3 to 4 feet tall, with dark eyes and a very large mouth, features not usually seen in Bigfoot reports. Its fur was messy and stuck out in all directions, almost like it hadn't been groomed. These unusual traits have led some to wonder if it could be a completely new species. What's your take on it? While filming, something chilling was caught on camera. Off in the distance, just behind her, a girl's face suddenly appeared. She later explained that she had been hiking alone, which made the sight even more disturbing. Was someone secretly following her, or did she unknowingly capture something paranormal? Many viewers speculated it could have been a prank, but she never confirmed or denied what really happened. A creepy-looking doll was seen in a cemetery. At first, it seemed like an ordinary doll with a weird smile, but then its eyes appeared to track the person recording it. This strange behavior made some people think the doll might be haunted or possessed, while others believe it could be a high-tech robot. Still, there's no definite answer. A Reddit user going by the name Burton Boy, 1999, shared a chilling video on the Chills Narrator subreddit, claiming they had encountered a strange sound in the woods, something that didn't match any known animal. The video sparked a heated debate in the comments, with some speculating it could be a werewolf. However, the true source of the sound remains unknown. In the deep woods of Tennessee, a trail camera captured strange glowing orbs, often associated with spirits, ghosts, or fairies. The camera's owner began to wonder if he had entered a supernatural area and posted the footage in a paranormal forum. Some viewers believed it was genuine paranormal activity, while others suggested explanations like camera flash or outside lights. However, since the camera didn't use a flash and those ideas didn't quite make sense, the mystery remains unsolved, leaving people to question if it's something supernatural or just a misunderstanding. This trail cam image shows a dim torch-like light between two tree trunks in the woods. Suddenly, a much brighter light appears, lighting up the whole area and making the eyes of nearby nocturnal animals glow, something that happens naturally. The big mystery here is, what is this second, powerful light shining down on them? In the summer of 1998, while traveling through Ireland, a visitor brought along an Olympus OM10 camera and carefully captured 2 full rolls of film, 24 photos on each. Most of the pictures matched their memories: castles, chapels, and sweeping landscapes. But one image stood out. It showed a dimly lit hallway ending at an old wooden door with a mysterious figure wearing what appeared to be a cape. The traveler swears they never entered such a corridor, never saw anyone dressed like that, and have no recollection of taking the photo. To this day, no one has been able to explain it, and that single image remains a total mystery. Years ago, an elderly woman thought something strange was happening on her farm. To find out, she set up a camera. The footage, taken in the 1990s using old infrared tech, showed a blurry, human-like figure moving through her land. She said it looked reptilian, which made things even creepier. The video isn't clear, but it got people wondering what the creature could have been. A wolf-like creature walking on two legs. This is what many refer to as the Dogman. Stories about the Dogman are often eerie and mysterious, with some describing it as a guardian of the earth, while others see it as a dark, ghostly figure that roams at night. The image raises plenty of questions. Is it yet another real sighting of the Dogman, or just a digitally altered photo? A strange animal was filmed on camera that appears to be a mix of a deer and a fox. Many people think it looks a lot like the Tasmanian tiger, a species thought to have died out in 1936. This has led to speculation. Could some extinct animals still be alive, just unseen by humans? In this clip, a black bear wanders up to a trail cam and tries to mess with it. You can see fallen branches and thick weeds in the background, making the whole scene feel wild. The bear gives it a good shot, but can't break or knock the camera off. After a bit of struggling, it gives up and walks off into the woods. Probably a little annoyed it couldn't pull it off. Strange green horizontal lights were seen over Hawaii's Mount Aya, an active volcano, on January 28, 2023. Many people thought the lights, which looked like lasers coming from the sky, were similar to something out of the Matrix. At first, experts from Japan's National Astronomical Observatory, NASAOJ, who co-own the camera that captured the footage, said the lights came from NASA's ICESat-2 satellite. However, on February 6th, NAOJ admitted their earlier statement was wrong. After further analysis, including a simulation by NASA scientist Dr. Martino Anthony Jr. and his colleague Dr. Alo Ivanov, it was suggested that the lights came from a Chinese satellite called Daki-1. Some people believe this situation might involve more than just a simple mistake. Was this a miscommunication between experts, or is there something more going on? Someone posted a photo taken during a walk through Gettysburg, claiming it showed a ghost. One viewer noted seeing two figures, one resembling a soldier, the other a man wearing a long coat and hat. Others dismissed it, saying it was likely just shadows or a trick of the light, possibly even distorted reflections of the person's own shadow. Yet, the mystery persisted, just as it often does in a place like Gettysburg. A trail camera caught a strange and tense moment in the wild. A deer stands defensively facing a mysterious creature. This unknown animal has dark fur, glowing eyes, and no visible tail, traits that don't match any known species. Its stance suggests it's ready to attack, adding to the unsettling vibe. Some believe it could be something mythical, like a skinwalker. While that idea is just a theory, the odd features of the creature make people question what it really is. At around 2 a.m. in a tower in Brazil, a Reddit user took a night photo from a patio overlooking a valley, simply hoping to capture the distant city lights. Later, while reviewing the image, he noticed his own shadow on the left side, but on the right, there was a second shadow, smaller and distinctly human-shaped, resembling a child just standing there. The unsettling part? He was completely alone. The ground was flat with no trees, statues, or objects nearby that could have cast such a shadow. He even used Ahari tools to analyze the image, trying everything to find a logical explanation, but the shadow remained, and it wasn't his. While driving past the woods, this man spotted a strange creature walking among the trees. A creature was seen walking on two legs through the trees, and it didn't look like a normal forest animal. It moved more like a person. Although the trees blocked parts of the view, the figure could still be seen, leading many to believe it might be Bigfoot. Sure, there's a chance it was just someone in a costume for some strange reason, but with all the eerie howls and growls in the background, the idea of it being Bigfoot seems more believable. What do you think? The video comes from Sort of Interesting, a YouTube channel that explores curious and unusual subjects, often centered around mysteries, historical oddities, and unexplained phenomena. On March 20th, 2025, the creator embarks on a solo wild camping trip near a river. At first, the environment is peaceful, quiet, scenic, and beneath a clear night sky. But as he settles into his bivy bag, the mood begins to shift. Strange rustling sounds emerge from the nearby woods, leaving him uneasy. A sudden, sharp crack snaps him awake. In the distance, he sees the glow of a torchlight and is overcome by a sense of dread, unsure whether it's just another person or something more ominous.
We've got a bit of the road noise in the background, but that won't last forever, and it's actually a really nice spot, to be honest. Now that I can't hear footsteps every 2 seconds, it's wonderful. Okay friends, there is definitely somebody about here. Yeah. So you might be able to see there is somebody walking towards us. Okay, things have gone a little bit wrong at the moment, but I'm still quite upbeat about the situation. Nothing serious, but quite comical. So I thought I'd go out and have a look what was going on around in the main walking area, because there were a few torches going by and there'd been some noises and rustling in the woodland that I didn't think anybody would be in. So I thought I'll go out and just have a nose around. So you might have seen that little glimpse of lights that were heading towards me. As I was focused on them way across a field or two, I almost jumped out of my skin because a dog walker came down behind me. So in a bit of a panic, to make sure they didn't think that I was milling around in that particular area, I had to immediately start walking in the exact opposite way of the bivvy. So what I don't like about this situation is I've got my electronics and my cooking stuff with me, but all of the sleeping bags, the bivvy, the air mattress is all out there on its own, which I don't think it's in any danger, but I would rather be with it than separated with people out and about.
Feeling unsettled after encountering a pair of dog walkers, he quickly decides to move on, leaving his tent behind in hopes of giving the impression that he's not camping or lingering in the area where he had set up.
Okay, well that was a much bigger detour than I expected. I ended up going into the local village just to get from one end of the woodland to the other so I could approach the bivvy in secret again. Yeah, there's a few people still about, which is why I'm recording in the bivvy and just with the phone light. So unfortunately, I don't think this is going to be a big night of doing loads of filming on the campsite itself because it's just too busy still. Between all of the spooky tree branches, there is a sky full of stars. It's fantastic visibility up there. I've 100% been spotted. Right, I'm trying to keep calm and keeping calm. Too scared to breathe here. I think a dog or something just came in. I was half asleep when, with no prior torchlight, a lot of animal-like rustling broke out. Then suddenly in the darkness, a loud crack sound really woke me with a start. Oh, that's right, they're looking straight at me. I am trying not to panic. Hello? Right, I'm just going to use the phone light now, and I'm just going. They haven't been about, I haven't seen a single light now for maybe 5-10 minutes. I don't even know. I've been just trying to keep as calm as possible, but when they walked off and the light went out, I don't even know which direction they were, but somewhere in that direction. I'll forget it, let's just go. Right, I'll use the phone now. I'll keep the phone recording just in case anything else happens, and I'll use it as my only light. Right, I need some glasses. Oh, there they are, flipping heck. Nearly got crushed. If this was somebody who was just trying to scare me and just mess with me a little bit, then it was a stroke of absolute genius to not respond to my hello and simply turn their light out, because that set my mind racing into every possibility of where they might be. The only thing I knew for certain was that they hadn't entered the woodland, because there were so many dried leaves and sticks it would be impossible for them to move silently around me. However, not knowing where they were or where they'd gone, I thought the only sensible choice is to clear off. In hindsight, the fact that I didn't hear any voices before or after suggests it was definitely only one person out there. However, at the time, my main concern wasn't so much that they were out there waiting to get me now, but that they may return in the small hours, and there may be more of them coming to see if I've got anything worth.
While he's sleeping, the quiet is broken by the sound of nearby rustling. Fully awake now, he spots a torchlight just outside his tent. Panicked and unsure of who or what might be out there, he calls out, "Hello," but there's no answer. Instead, the person simply switches off the light and walks away, as if deliberately avoiding being seen. Fortunately, he made it out safely and without harm, but the lingering question remains. What were their intentions? If it were just an innocent passerby or dog walker, wouldn't they have responded? Rickles Outdoors is a YouTube channel dedicated to outdoor adventures, solo camping, survival techniques, and exploration. Hosted by Chris, it showcases his experiences in nature, focusing on wilderness skills and remote camping. On January 13, 2024, Chris camps alone in a spot he's visited many times before. He sets up his usual gear, a lightweight tent, compact stove, and basic supplies like food and a sleeping bag. Everything seems normal until night falls. As he relaxes by the campfire, unsettling noises begin to break the quiet. First, he hears what sounds like a distant, muffled female voice behind him, followed by eerie moaning that doesn't seem to come from any clear direction. At first, he tries to dismiss it, but as the sounds continue, his discomfort grows. Eventually, he hears what seems to be a man's muffled voice coming from the bushes nearby, deepening his sense of unease and making him question what might be lurking in the dark.
Well, I was going to say, unless anything happens, I'll see you in the morning, but something has happened. I was just chilling here by the fire, and right behind me, I heard a lady talk. I couldn't hear what she said, it was muffled. And for a while now, I've been hearing like moaning and stuff. Then I left it. I just heard someone in the bushes there. Don't know what to do, back away. I ain't gonna get much sleep. I was just sitting there, then I heard a muffled lady's voice right behind me. Jumped up. I couldn't see her. Well, I'm back in the car, knackered. Yeah, I keep hearing these voices. First of all, I thought it was a cow, it was like a moaning type sound. Okay, but then it sounded a bit odd. And then I was sitting in front of my tarp, just relaxing. I hear this like muffled sound from a woman going, like that. And I jumped up. I was like, what the hell? I was in the middle of nowhere, pitch black, expecting to see someone, and there was no one there, so I just left it and I calmed down again. Then I heard a bloke, muffled sound talking, just behind the bushes. I was like, you know, it could be something dodgy, it could be just a couple having a good time. But I had the fire on the go, smoke coming from the fire, maybe someone smelt it and exploring. There is a farm nearby. It's not private land, it's public land, but I wasn't sure. I was sitting there, eyes all around, and then I heard the man talking again, muffled sound. I was like, right, nah. My eyes are wide, my ears all perked up. I thought, I'm not going to relax, I'm not going to get any sleep. It's 8 o'clock now, so it's not really late. So, cut my losses again with that tent. It's cursed, I'm sure it is. That's the second time I had to bail. And as I was walking out, I was feeling better that I'm leaving, because I would have been just too paranoid. And as I was walking out, halfway up, away from where I camped, looked back, and I could see like a glowing light, like a fire. I was looking, and there's like a white light as well next to it, like maybe a lantern or something. So I reckon it could have been just a couple camping doing the same as I'm doing, and I'm freaking out. But, you know, if I stayed now, I wouldn't got any sleep. It's crap. You know, I have stayed before in situations like that, but I decided to go. So, here I am back in the car. Anyway, so...
As Chris relaxes by the campfire, he begins to notice strange and unsettling sounds, something no solo camper wants to hear. Though he initially calms himself, things take a turn when he hears a man and woman speaking, along with rustling in the nearby bushes. Feeling increasingly uneasy, he decides to pack up and head out. On his way back, he spots a light near his fire, leaving him to wonder whether it was simply another couple camping nearby or someone deliberately hiding. Thankfully, Chris left safely and without harm. Exploring with Bear is a YouTube channel that dives into adventure and eerie exploration, often featuring visits to haunted locations, abandoned buildings, and remote areas. Hosted by Bear, the channel captures spine-chilling moments and mysterious encounters during his journeys into the unknown. On September 11, 2024, Bear travels to Helltown, a place known for its unsettling legends and sinister history. He walks along an abandoned, reportedly cursed road, heading toward an old barn that locals claim is haunted. As he ventures further into the woods, Bear begins to hear disturbing sounds, like whispers, footsteps, and what seems to be someone stalking him. After retreating to his van for the night, things take a darker turn. What began as a creepy exploration quickly becomes something far more terrifying, as the legends of Helltown start to feel all too real.
Okay. Keep it together. Keep it together. Only back on the road where you seen somebody. Man, sorry if I'm breathing too hard, guys. It's hard for me to breathe right now. My chest is freaking... Is that freaking eyes up there? Oh crap, you can't even see it on camera. Oh man. You guys just keep your eyes and ears open for me. Holy crap. It's freaking cold out too, man. I can't believe how cold it is right here. I'm like, my hands are froze. That's crazy. It shouldn't be this cold. But I am freezing. Okay. A little bit further, or a lot of bit further. Man, my nerves have got me even in my belly right now. I cannot wait to be back at the truck, guys. I knew this was going to be hard for me. I was actually dreading it. But I did it. I made it to the barn, and hopefully back to the truck Oh. Oh. No way. Man, I am hearing crap all around me. That was like a hiss. I don't know if you guys heard it. That was a loud hiss, though. You might have heard that. That might have been something more spiritual. I don't know what would have hissed like that. What would hiss?
As Bear makes his way back to the van, he begins to hear unsettling sounds surrounding him. At one point, he thinks he spots a pair of eyes glinting in the beam of his flashlight. Just moments later, a sharp hissing sound emerges from the nearby bushes, heightening the tension and fear.
2 of them. I've seen them twice, and now a hiss. That could be a spiritual thing right there for sure. If there's anything here, you are not allowed to follow me home in the name of Jesus. Freaking hiss, man. A hiss. Footsteps and a hiss. Maybe it followed me the whole way down the road, because I seen it from the beginning. And then when I was under the barn, was walking on the top and just hissed at me. Oh man. I'm seriously thinking about putting the camera down and running back to the truck, just so I can get there faster. Sorry guys if the camera's crazy, because I've really been not paying attention to it. Sorry. Oh, there's the bridge. Okay, so we're getting pretty close. We're starting to get close. There's that backhoe or whatever. Okay, we're real close. Man, I really sort of feel like I'm gonna puke, man. I mean, I'm not kidding. That was so freaking terrifying. Oh. This place is insane, especially when you're by yourself. Alright guys, we have made it. I still don't know if I should have. Man, there's freaking something walking towards us right now. Do you hear that? No way. Man, I hope you guys heard that. I've just been laying here for probably, I don't know, a little while now, thinking about that. That was legit somebody walking, clear as day, twice. Man, I feel tired, but at the same time my insides are still like stirring. I still feel stirred. I feel restlessness like up in here. That was insane. Insane. I can't wait to look at it and edit it to see what all. And keep your eyes and ears. Comment if you see and hear anything that I might miss too. So yeah, I'm gonna try to get a little sleep, and I'll see you guys later.
Later, once he's back in his van, Bear reflects on the eerie events he just went through. Now settled in and cozy, he turns in for the night, hoping to get some much-needed rest.
I did fall asleep, but it sounded like something hit my truck. What is it? Oh! Oh, somebody's there. Somebody's there. So where's my freaking light? Where's the freaking... Hey! There's a car there. Hold on. Where's my keys? Where's the keys? Somebody was trying to get in the truck. Where's my thing? Where's my thing at? There's everything at. Where's... There it is. Okay. Hold on. Hold on. Somebody's just trying to get in the truck. Hold on. Whoa. Hello? Who did that? Oh my goodness. Oh. Is this recording? I don't know what time it is. I don't care what time it is. Alright. I'm done with Helltown. I'm gonna head home. Where's my keys? I'm about to head home. And somebody was just trying to get in the truck. Imagine if the doors wouldn't have been locked. I might have still been sleeping. I don't know.
Thankfully, Bear had locked his doors, which likely prevented something worse. Someone tried to open his van while he was asleep. Given the late hour, it's hard to believe whoever it was had good intentions. Bear definitely made the right call by leaving, and fortunately, he got out safely and unharmed. The footage comes from Camping with Josh, a YouTube channel focused on outdoor adventures, solo camping, survival skills, and exploring nature. Josh shares his journeys, often venturing alone into remote and occasionally unsettling wilderness areas. In this video, recorded on September 27th, 2024, Josh is camping solo in a familiar forest location. He begins chopping wood and setting up his campsite when suddenly, everything around him goes eerily quiet. The usual sounds of birds and forest life abruptly stop. Soon after, he hears the sound of heavy footsteps nearby, creating the unnerving sense that he's being surrounded. As he tries to stay calm, he notices movement in the bushes and spots shadowy figures in the distance.
I'm just literally sat over there, trimming the wood down, cutting it down how I like it. And I can just hear some mad movement going on in those bushes over there. I can't tell if it's like the rainfall just making quite a commotion, or there may be rabbits or deers maybe walking through, or any dog walkers or whatever, I don't know. A bit spooky. It'll be just the rain anyway. I don't know why I let these things play on my mind sometimes. It happens, you know, guys, it happens. Literally, camping out solo is a wonderful thing for many reasons, but sometimes your mind just plays tricks on you, and you think you can hear like treading through the woods, but you can't hear any talking, can't see any torches. It's just me in here, I assume. But I'm gonna carry on, push through, make a fire, enjoy myself. I'm finding it really difficult. Do you know what I mean? You heard that. And it's really quiet. There should be birds singing. There was birds singing, and I've just noticed they've just stopped singing. You know what I mean? Why wouldn't they be singing? I'm finding it really difficult to focus. Lovely little spot. Lovely food to be cooked. A night under stars.
As Josh chops wood and tends to his fire, he begins to hear footsteps circling his campsite, some even coming from behind his tarp. The unsettling sounds grow closer, and unfortunately, his worst fears are about to come true.
When the camera was off, I heard some really heavy movements in the bushes, and I'm pretty sure I saw something in the bushes as well. As I was standing still, there was this movement there. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm probably going to leave my tarp here in the woods. My bag is already packed. I'm just going to grab what I can grab and come back here in the morning, and maybe just do a bit more talking with you there. So I think it's important to be real with you guys.
Josh grabs his camera once more after hearing additional footsteps and spotting someone concealed in the bushes. Realizing that continuing his solo camp could be dangerous, he quickly gathers most of his gear and prepares to leave the area.
Yeah, I'm gonna pack up. I guess I could take this tarp away, but I just don't really want to. Alright, I'm gonna go, guys.
Hello?
I apologise, it's not really the vibe I go by. I'm all about having fun, relaxing, and being peaceful, cooking good food and good vibes. As I know, when you watch these videos of mine, you're looking for a bit of an escape as well, maybe, and you look for a bit of chill time. I really don't know if I'm going to post this, but obviously you hear me saying all this. I've already posted it. I'm probably going to talk to a few people and see what they think, what I should do, because you see videos on YouTube, I've lost my bearings a bit. No, I think it's a, yeah, walked around in a bit of a circle. Yeah, so you sometimes see videos on YouTube talking about their experiences at camp and spooky encounters and all this sort of stuff, and you just think, you know, yeah, some of them could be real and some of them can be just completely clickbait. I don't think you guys have ever seen me speak like this or see my face like this, really. But you know, I've had my fair share, to be honest, of the odd strange thing that's happened, and I've kind of sworn to myself to never really talk of these things. And I don't know if I ever will or will, because, you know, I have my nephews and nieces who watch these videos, and I don't want to worry them or anything like that, because, you know, when you're out in the woods, you are making yourself a bit vulnerable. You know, it'd be naive of me to think, you know, there's nothing out there or any weirdness out there, but it's a shame, because I just left work today, and as I was driving home I thought, oh, it's nice and misty. I've camped in the fog before. I want to get out there and capture some ambience and everything like that, and cook some food. My missus made a nice there's a dog behind me. Maybe it was a dog this whole time. It's a big... Right.
While walking back to his car, Josh mentions he's unsure whether to upload the footage, as he usually tries to keep his videos more upbeat. Thankfully, he left the area safely and without harm. He recalls that the unsettling events began when he was chopping wood. Suddenly, the forest went completely silent. The birds stopped singing, and all the usual nature sounds vanished. Then, he started hearing heavy footsteps moving around him, which immediately made him feel uneasy. About 40 minutes later, the footsteps returned. This time, someone was moving through the bushes nearby. When Josh looked around, he saw a dark figure. At first, he assumed it was just a tree, but once the figure realized it was being watched, it quickly ducked down to hide. That was enough for Josh. He packed up and left as quickly as he could, and it seems he made the right decision. What do you think? Was it just a coincidence? Or did the figure have more sinister intentions? Let us know in the comments. This unsettling footage comes from Exploring with Fighters, a YouTube channel known for urban exploration, outdoor adventures, and camping trips infused with mystery and suspense. On November 14th, 2022, the team sets up camp in a wooded area, cooking steaks and pitching a tent for the night. To keep an eye on any nearby wildlife or unusual happenings, they also install a CCTV camera around the campsite. As night falls, they begin hearing strange, unsettling noises, and soon, something unusual appears on the camera.
Blood. Right, should we zip? It's getting cold. Should we zip the tent up?
I think we should now finish this off.
Yeah.
Enjoy the rest of this stay.
Yeah, I'll tell you what, it is pretty damn good. Do you like the broccoli?
I'm going to try some now, actually. I've never actually tried it.
It makes it all worthwhile. All the hard work that went into it. Oh! More.
While they're eating the steaks they just finished cooking, an object suddenly hits the tent, causing them to jump and instantly feel uneasy. As footsteps begin to circle their tent, their unease grows and their hearts race. A viewer once suggested that campers should leave a camera outside to catch any unusual activity. And fortunately, Exploring with Fighters had done just that.
So I've got a CCTV camera up there. It might go in on there. I put it up there because last time we got a fox on camera walking around the tents. So I wanted to see if we capture any animals walking around. But whatever that was, it smashed the side of the tent. Yeah. It could have. Legit footsteps. At first I thought, hold on, it could be like a branch falling off the tree, right? But the way it smacked the side of the tent, but then the footsteps, but then it could have been an animal. I'll have to check that CCTV footage.
Absolutely going to check it.
Tomorrow morning when we get back to the hotel.
Whatever it is, definitely it's gone.
No, I reckon we turn the lights out and just sit in silence for a bit in the dark. Leave the fire on. The fire's on like quite low.
What are we going to do about that?
Well, I would like to finish it. It's going to be cold now.
Should we try?
We've probably attracted something because of the smell of the meat.
When do we have enough attract something when we do the steak?
Maybe we should ban steak for a little bit.
Yeah. I don't feel comfortable with something.
What was that? A branch was happening.
For a bit, we haven't heard anything like that all night.
That's what worries me. Turn all the lights off now. It's freaking. I'm CCTV running. I'll probably leave the camera on as well.
When they review the footage, the camera reveals a chilling sight. A person standing on the right side of the frame, watching their tent. But as soon as they unzip the tent to investigate, the figure takes off into the darkness. Was it just a harmless prank? Or did this person have more sinister intentions? Could they have been checking to see if the campers were alone? Share your theories in the comments below. Thankfully, both of them made it out safely and without harm. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to subscribe and hit the notification bell so you can stay updated with our latest videos.